Muslims bring communal practices?
No, I've said I think it's obviously about immigration. He is a product of immigration.
That had nothing to do with it, as far as we know. We don't, but you're the one making the claim, not me.
I'm saying, in the context of that week, there are lots of questions to ask about to what extent was this guy integrated into wider society. So don't make sweeping statements. Here's the problem, Matt. Your critics would say that you used to be an academic. You sat on the Conservative Coalition government's anti-Muslim hatred working group. You used to gather data. You used to analyse it in a sober way. Now they say you just go on the right-wing TV channel GB News. You write columns on the Daily Mail. Oh, there's lots of left people on GB News.
You spout off, though. You cut corners. This is what they say. You push unfounded claims. You said on GB News, for example, falsely, and I quote, "More than 50% of social housing in London is now occupied by people who are not British. This is not acceptable." Well, forget not being acceptable. It's not true.
I think it's about that. I think it's about 47, 48%.
It's not, actually. The percentage of people who are not British in London social housing is about 14%. No. 85% of people are British citizens.
No, so my view would be, in terms of housing, we're in the middle of a housing crisis. I think we should have a principle of national preference in our housing market.
We do. 85% of people in London are British who are in social housing. No, you falsely said that more than 50% are not British. That's false.
No, across the country, more generally.
Across the country, it's 90% according to the Ministry of Housing.
When we were allocating social housing, we also used to take into account things like commitment to the community, looking after property, etc. We don't really do that anymore.
That's a fair point. That's not what you said, though. I just want to go with what you said, Matt, with respect. More than 50% of social housing in London is now occupied by people who are not British. That is not true.
I'd need to look at the statistics.
We have the statistics. According to the London government, the figure in London is 84%. According to the 2021 census data, only 14% of Londoners living in social housing did not hold a UK passport. This has been pointed out to you for the last year.
No, it hasn't.
In fact, you went back on GB News and corrected it and said 48% go to people who are headed by people who are not born in Britain, which is a different point. But you would accept the vast majority of people in social housing are British.
I'd need to look at the data.
I've got the data.
No,
it's right here.
The fact that 48, I think the 48,
copied and pasted.
I think the fact that 48% of social housing in this country has gone to families that are headed by somebody who was not born in the country is a problem.
So that's a different argument, with respect. Well, let's talk about that argument.
Well, let's have that.
No, let's have that argument. You were wrong on the first point.
I don't think I was wrong on the first point.
You're 100% wrong.
Well, I'd like to look at the data.
The Mayor of London, the census data.
I don't think the Mayor of London would be a credible source on that.
OK, the London government. The London government don't know who the... All right, how about
highly political figure.
All right, how about the Ministry of Housing? 90% of social homes go to UK nationals. You're making some sweeping claims and they're wrong. You also said on right-wing channel GB News that I bet nobody knew this, but it's not a criminal offence to hire illegal immigrants in this country. That's not true either. You can be sent to jail for 5 years, according to the British government.
No, I don't think that's right. You can hire, under certain conditions, people that haven't got full-time.
If you did